Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about colored palettes, and I'm talking about like bright colors, fun colors, my favorite palettes. I have 7 to show you, only 3 or 4 different brands. I feel like you can find a lot of really good single eyeshadows like Makeup Geek, Morphe. Even Morphe has some really good palettes. I don't have any from them, but to share with you today. But I like big palettes with a lot of color because whenever I do use them, there's just a lot of different colors in there. So I'm going to share with you some of my personal favorite palettes, colored palettes with bright colors. They're all basically eyeshadows. There's only one that's kind of more like of a cream. It's a cream palette. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy it. If you do, give me a big old fat thumbs up, and I'll know that you like these type of videos, and I'll try to come up with like more. I can go through singles or whatever. Anywho, yeah, so let's get started. So first I want to mention WetnWild. I think WetnWild makes one of the best eyeshadow palettes in the drugstore, and they make just all their eyeshadows are great, and they have different palettes that have pops of color. Like for example, this one is the Blue Handmade Hello. It has like a pop of color. These this teal right here is absolutely amazing, and all of these eyeshadows are absolutely amazing. They're soft, they're super easy to blend, really pigmented. But I'll kind of show you. You can kind of see there. So incredibly soft and pigmented, just absolutely beautiful. I wanted to mention this because of that little pop of color I really like. Also, I personally really like their Poster Child palette. It has all these matte, bright colors, and I think they're really beautiful. And this is just a really fun palette. I think that the pigmentation is pretty good. I feel like a lot of people, or some people, don't like it, but you can't complain about the pigmentation. They are matte, and I feel like once you kind of work in the eyeshadow, like as I mean is, if you kind of use this, the first time that you use this, it kind of has like this top layer that just, you have to break through that layer to really get the color. You know what I mean? But once you do, I mean, the color pigmentation is awesome. I love the red in here. I use it all the time. The only one that's not super pigmented, like you will have to use a white base underneath, is the yellow. But it's a yellow. It's to be expected, I feel like. And even without a base, you can see it's absolutely beautiful. But usually with bright colors, using some sort of a white base is just going to help the colors really show up on your skin, especially matte colors like this. But I thought I would give Wet n Wild a little mention because I feel like they do deserve it, and that palette itself is a really good palette and one of my personal favorites, and I use all the time. Along with that, I wanted to mention IMAGIC. IMAGIC makes a really awesome cream bright palette. I used it a lot during Halloween, but also on Instagram pictures whenever I want like a really bright look or I need a base underneath any of my eyeshadows. I will go to this, and it's just a really good palette. Super affordable. You can get it off of Amazon, but they're just cream. They're just cream products that you can use as eyeshadows all over your face, basically for whatever you want. And they're super pigmented. They're super pigmented and really nice. You can set them with an eyeshadow. I feel like these just really blend out really beautifully, really nicely, and I really like these. I think that they're really easy to use, and you don't need to really work the product in all that much. It's pretty pigmented as is. So I wanted to give this little guy a mention. Next, I feel like Avon makes really good like doubles of things. I wanted to mention it just because these aren't like super bright, but still it's like a pop of color, and these are really good. Avon is one of those brands that you don't really hear a lot because you need to find a retailer, like a person, and they don't really they're not called retailers, an agent or something like that. Like you don't find them in stores, but they make some really good eyeshadows. And this one particularly, I thought I would mention just because it's what I'm wearing on the lid. I kind of smoked it out. This is what it looks like by itself, but I smoked it out with this eyeshadow. I'll go ahead and show you it. I know this one isn't a bright one, but I'll go ahead and show you. And I think they're really beautiful and really pigmented and soft and easy to blend. And that's kind of what I have on today to make this kind of bright bluish type of makeup look. But Avon makes some good little palettes, and they have some really good pops of color. With all of those aside, I'm gonna show you three. These are my #1 favorite brand for bright eyeshadow palettes, for pops of color. They're just a really good brand and does everything really, really well. Bright colors really, really well. Whether they're mattes, whether there's foil, whether they're shimmers, they just do a really good job, and they're really affordable. I always want to bring you guys the best deal, and these are a good deal. So I'm talking about Bhcosmetics. I love their big palettes, and as I was going around doing my office tour, I saw them again, and I wanted to share them with you guys because they're really good. I love Bhcosmetics. So I have multiple of their palettes, but the three ones that I want to show you here, these are the 88 Tropical Shimmer eyeshadow palettes, the 88 Matte eyeshadow palette, and then the 28 Foil eyeshadow palette, which I am in love with, and they have a Foil 2 palette that I want to buy and start using and try. Sorry, my hair is crazy today. I'm not gonna lie, it's messy, and let's go with it. Grunge look, messy hair. Let's go with it. Okay. So my #1 favorite Bhcosmetics palette is this foil palette. I'm just so fond of this palette. And basically I use these wet or dry. I mix a mixing medium in there. I really like the e.l.f. little drops. But these are just so amazing on their own. Whether wet or dry, they're just so good. So for example, these yellows, I don't need a white base for these yellows to show up. I just put them right on my eyelids, and they show up beautifully. They show up beautifully. I did a look not too long ago on my Instagram using those two yellows particularly. Also like these teals, of course, these purples, like the pinks, this peachy color, like they're all just absolutely soft and pigmented, and these ones look super metallic and have a lot of reflect to them. Just really, really beautiful, and you can see the pigmentation. They're really, really soft and easy to work with. So I absolutely love the foil palette. I think it's amazing. If you're looking for a good eyeshadow palette, this was $12, you guys. Right now at the drugstore, they have palettes that only have 10 eyeshadows in them for $12, and the pigmentation sucks. Like this cost me $12 or maybe $14. There's a lot of eyeshadows. There's 28. They're amazing. They're fun. They're bright. They're just good to have whenever you want to do like a bright, fun look. Then I have these 288 palettes. This one here is a standard matte eyeshadow palette. I've had this for a while, and I've dug deep into some of these eyeshadows. I mean, these are smaller eyeshadows, but I feel like with colored eyeshadows, you don't really need a big pan of it, because these have lasted me so long. You can definitely use a white base underneath. I don't really need to. Anytime I'm using any like bright colors, I'm usually dipping into one of these Bhcosmetics palettes. I mean, come on. Green is hard to do, especially matte. Look at that. They're really beautiful. They blend really nicely on the lid. Of course, using a primer always helps. You don't necessarily have to use a white base, but you definitely want to use a primer when using these. I mean, it just is gonna help just the eyeshadow cling. But like, for example, these pinks, like, I don't know, I absolutely love these eyeshadows. These are amazing, and these are all matte, and I can't believe that matte eyeshadows look gorgeous like this and feel soft and feel nice. And this palette right here is about the same, like $12 to $14, and there's 88 eyeshadows in here. So Now the good thing about this palette itself is that they're not only colors, there's also a bunch of neutrals on the sides too that you can use to complete looks. So I really like that, and they have a black as well. Last little palette I wanted to mention was the 88 Tropical Shimmer palette. Their shimmers are thebomb.com. This I've had for so incredibly long, and you can tell I've used and abused this palette, and the colors in here are gorgeous colors, and their shimmers have that metallic, it has almost, these almost have like a metallicness to them, and they're just really, really, really nice. So I thought I would kind of swatch some of these for you guys. The palettes themselves are, the pans are small, like almost a dime size, but they're not too small that I find it hard to dip my brush in. I don't really find a problem with dipping my brush in here, but those are some of the colors right there. They're really, really nice, and I feel like the shimmers are definitely a lot more pigmented and softer than the matte ones, but you saw how pigmented the matte ones were. I mean, there wasn't really like a problem with them. So you can tell how nicely they reflect, almost metallic. So I don't know, Bhcosmetics have been around a long time, and their palettes are really, really affordable, and they have probably every single color you could possibly think of, and just having one colored palette in my collection from them pretty much gives me any color that I'd ever possibly need for an eyeshadow look. So these are my favorite colored eyeshadow palettes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you kind of got to look at some eyeshadow palettes. It'll be fun if you're thinking about getting pops of colors. These are all pretty cheap, so they're really affordable. So I hope that you really liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit my little face down there to subscribe and hit the bell to notify you of all my future videos. I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.